Dr. Sandhu here, Doctor of Chiropractic from Bedford Chiropractic Clinic. Today in this short video, what I'd like to do is just give you some information about chiropractic and about why you would consider coming to a chiropractor. The unfortunate thing is that out there at the moment there is a belief system that sort of says that you only see a chiropractor if you're in pain, and low back pain and neck pain is what we're associated with. What I'd like to do today is offer you an understanding of why perhaps you'd want to go and see a chiropractor when you're not in pain, because certainly prevention is always better than the cure. Because what, as a chiropractor, I do is I look after the most important system in your body, which is your nervous system, right? And this is all housed in this amazing structure here. And by looking after this, we can prevent problems from happening most of the time, unless of course you have some trauma. So this is your spine, and what it does is it houses the brain. And the brain sits in your skull, physically comes into your body through that canal, and is protected in your body by these 24 articulating joints. 7 of them in your neck, 12 in your thoracics, which include the ribs, and 5 in your lumbar spine. Now this nervous system begins to develop within 7 hours after conception. So way before any other organ is beginning to develop, way before even you realize that you're pregnant, this nervous system is beginning to develop. And that's the importance of it. Now, the ideal shape for this spine should be 7 sort of curved here in your neck, the 12 curved that way in your thoracics, and the 5 in your lumbar spine curved in that fashion. And when we look at you that way, it should be nice and straight. Now, over the 18 years of treating thousands of patients, I haven't seen many of those. Unfortunately, there's always some kind of problem with that. Now, why would that be a problem? Well, say for example that we go down to your second thoracic vertebra down here, and if I cut that nerve, what do you think would happen to your heart, which is the nerve supply to that particular organ? It would probably not work as well as it should do. Now, unfortunately, or fortunately, that doesn't happen very often, right? But what can happen is a trauma, an accident, like Christopher Reeve, where he falls off a horse, hits the back of his neck, and breaks his spine here at C2. So none of these nerves work. So none of his organs, none of his muscles work below that part of his neck. But what we do every day is we compromise. We do this, where we put stress on those nerves. Now the lower part of our neck here is where the nerves come out, and they provide the hands, arms and fingers. So if you have a problem with your shoulder, your elbow, your hands, your fingers, numbness, tingling, a weakness, a dull ache, it could well be that the problem is coming from the neck. Down here are the nerves that run down your legs. So if there's any problems running down your leg, down the sciatic nerve, right on your thigh or knee or ankle, could well be that the problem is coming from low down here. And every single day we're using this. We have to. And as we do this, right, we're compromising, we're putting pressure on that nerve. And research has shown that the weight of a new 5-pence piece, that much weight on one of those nerves, right, so a little bit of pressure is going to inhibit that nerve by 40 to 60%. And every single day we're doing this. Now, the body can cope with that, because 90% of that nerve's function is all about keeping you alive, keeping things working. Only 10% is to do with pain. So over time, and that can take months, years, right, what will happen is you get that position there, where one day you bend down, you pick something up, you move forward, and you're in spasm. And that spasm is now that 10% of the nerve finally kicking in and telling you, you've got to do something about this now. And pain is your body's way of communicating to you. It's your body's way of saying, please do something, I can't cope anymore. And the unfortunate thing is that the majority of people will wait till then. Whereas if we got to it beforehand, right, we would sort of deal with it better. It's like going to the dentist when you've got raging toothache. Now, yes, you could do that, but then there's not many options left for the dentist, plus you're in pain. But if you had gone to the dentist regularly and had your teeth checked, there's a likelihood that you could delay that tooth decay. And obviously the same applies to your spine. The more regularly you come to see a chiropractor, and the sooner you come, the better and the quicker we can sort this out. Now, the whole body has an incredible ability to cope. So we have this ability to cope with everyday stresses. So let's say that this is maximum. When you're born, you're going to be there. Now, why not maximum? Well, because research has shown that when a baby is born, just the trauma of birth, being pulled out from the birth canal, that creates some kind of subluxation. The joints are jamming up in the neck, on the thoracics. So the baby may have colic, may have sinus problems, ear infections, whatever. And these are all symptoms that could be applicable to that subluxation. So we're going to say that the baby is here. She's not at 100, he or she is not at 100%. But every single day, by eating the wrong foods, not exercising properly, falling over, just general everyday life, sitting in front of a computer, texting all day long, yeah, just sitting in your job all day long, driving, all of these stresses, everyday stresses, are taking a toll on that body's reserve until eventually you get to that point there, and then one simple thing will knock you into pain. Yeah? So what will you do? You'll take some painkillers, you'll rest for a little bit. So the body will come down to here, right? So you've built up a little bit of reserve. But what will happen is you'll live there, and eventually the pain will keep coming back. You'll sort it out with some painkillers, a bit of massage maybe, and again you'll be okay, and then you'll hit the pain again. Now that's okay, you can live in that area, but what we as chiropractors do is we go and we help the body to build up a higher reserve by putting everything back in the right place, by aligning the joints, making the muscles work better, making your nerves work better. So your body now has a greater capacity to cope with everyday stresses. Now, I believe that's a better place to be, because then you can go on with your life and do the things you want to do and have less chance of being in pain. So Dr. Sandhu, Bedford Chiropractic Clinic, we're here to help. Give us a call today.